TS. You know what is TS? Transverse section. Transverse section. While dissecting any plants, video is not clear. It should be clear, right? Why is it not clear? Sir, video వస్తుందా? No problem from my side. You need to check. I have already checked the net speed also. It's good. No problem from my side. You need to check from your side. Transverse section. If you take any plant or any part and cut in this way, longitudinally, you are cutting it like this, vertically, and observing from this side. Your eye is here and you are observing this side. So you will see a round part like this. Okay, the slice will be cut like this and a small slice will be placed under microscope. If you are observing, then it is called as transverse section or TS. Ls, there is another term called longitudinal section. Longitudinal section. If you are cutting horizontally like this, something you're cutting horizontally like this and observing, how will you observe at that time? You will see a broader part. This, and you are observing from this angle, you are observing from this angle. Then it is called as longitudinal section. Okay. Take for example, bean seed is there. You are cutting like this and observing from this side or observing from this side. At that time, what will you see? You will see a slice like this. Okay, that is called as longitudinal section. Okay, for generally, most of the time we are observing in transverse section. For some organs, we observe transverse section also. Okay, like when we cut the brain we are cutting like this and we are observing this side of brain and this side of brain. That will be a longitudinal section. But when you are cutting plant parts, you are cutting like this and you are observing a small slice like this. So it is a transverse section. When we speak about roots also, we are speaking about transverse section of root and transverse section of monocot and dicot root. When you take a dicot root, the outermost layer of the dicot root is made of epidermis. This outermost layer is epidermis layer. The epidermal cells, these are all epidermal cells. Some of them have root hairs. These are all epidermal cells. Try to draw this diagram along with me. Draw this diagram in your notebooks along with me and send me the diagrams. So some of these are modified to form root hairs. Some of them are modified to form root hair. Some of these cells are modified to form root hair. These are all root hairs. Okay. This is epidermis. Just below epidermis, the cortex tissue will be present. Okay. These are epidermis is made up of parenchyma cells. They are made up of parenchyma cells. All the cortical cells, cortex cells of cortex, till here, this is endodermis. The inner layer of cortex is called as endodermis. This is endodermis layer. Between this, all these cells are cortical cells. All the cells that are present in middle, they are loosely arranged. They are not tightly arranged. There is space. So I'll now draw all. These cells are loosely arranged and they have space in between. That is cortex. Cortex is made up of, yesterday we have seen it is a part of ground tissue. Ground tissue means it can be made from parenchyma, it can be made from collenchyma, anything. After that, just below this endodermis, there are some layers of pericycle. Pericycle. From this pericycle only, the secondary xylem, lateral roots, lateral meristem, all those will arise. Okay. So just below this is pericycle. From this pericycle, what will arise? Lateral roots will arise. Lateral roots means roots. When the root is growing like this is the main root. From here, when a root is arising like this lateral root will arise from this pericycle. Okay. And here only the lateral meristem is also present. Lateral meristem in the form of cambium. Lateral meristem is present in these layers only. Okay. Here we have xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. This is phloem. This is phloem tissue. In between there is space. And this one is xylem. Here these cells are xylem. In between here again parenchyma tissue is present. This is again parenchyma tissue is present, which is a part of ground tissue system. This is a ground tissue system. So this is pith. This is pith. So this cortex, pericycle and pith. Pith is also called as medulla. They are ground tissue system. This xylem and phloem. This xylem, this is xylem, this is phloem, this is xylem. They form vascular bundle. This outermost is epidermal tissue system. Okay. So this part from endodermis, pericycle, these parts which are present inside endodermis are called as stele. What are the parts? Endodermis, pericycle, and what is it? Xylem, phloem, pith. Xylem, phloem, pith. All these are together called as stele. All these are together called as stele. And one thing about this endodermis. In endodermis tissue, this is endodermis tissue. In the radial region and tangential region, I'll draw a few more cells. Which will be the radial region if cells are like this? This is the radial region. 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 Tangential region means this is tangential region. This is tangential region. This is tangential region. This side also. this side also, this side also, this side also. A radial region and tangential region. What is present? Suberin or is present. Okay. Suberin walls are present. Suberin is a cell wall material. Cell wall material. Cell wall carbohydrate. This cell wall material is uh, waxy. It is waxy. And this is called as Casparian strips. Casparian strips. So if you consider this in the entire stem region, this whole region that Casparian strip is present. This whole region it is present. Okay. In both tangential region as well as radial region. It does not, since it is waxy layer, it does not allow water to pass easily. Okay. Right. We'll discuss about that water passage in another chapter. This is about the dicot stem. Here, the parenchyma tissue that is present between xylem and phloem, this tissue, the name of this tissue is conjunctive tissue. Conjunctive tissue. Okay. The name of that part is pith. It is located in pith region of stem. Central region of stem is called as pith region. But what is the tissue that is present in the pith region? Conjunctive tissue. This is conjunctive tissue is nothing but parenchyma that is present between xylem and phloem. That is a term given to it. Okay. So what are the layers of TS of stem? You observe keenly. First one is epidermis. Epidermis has some root hair. Next one is cortex. After cortex, endodermis. After endodermis, pericycle. After pericycle, xylem and phloem. Then pith. Okay. So, if you write all the layers in sequence, I'll write it here. Outermost layer is epidermis. Outermost layer is epidermis. After epidermis, cortex. After cortex, endodermis. After endodermis, pericycle. After pericycle, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. After that, pith. Okay. So, what did we learn about this epidermis? Epidermis has root hair. Cortex has air spaces. Loose tissue means air spaces are present in between. Endodermis has Casparian strips. Casparian strips means suberin walls are present in tangential as well as radial regions. Next, pericycle. From pericycle, lateral roots will arise, lateral meristem will arise. Xylem and phloem are present inside. Okay, pith is the central region. It is made up of conjunctive tissue. As we have discussed, in after the xylem phloem is formed in the later stages of life, between xylem and phloem, cambium arises. Cambium. Yesterday we discussed about cambium, lateral meristem, that arises between xylem and phloem. Okay. So that is about the TS of root. Okay. So what is the difference between TS of monocot and dicot root? Everything is same. There is no difference except one or two differences. Okay, what are those one or two differences? I'll say you listen. Here we have drawn only 4 xylem and phloem. In case of monocot root, we can see there are 6 xylem and 6 phloem. How many xylem and phloem are present? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Between this, again, phloem is present. Xylem is present, sorry. Six vascular bundles are present. Minimum 6 pairs of xylem and phloem is present. Okay? The main difference. Second difference is cambium is absent in case of monocot root. Cambium is not present. Even in the later stages of life, cambium will not form. Okay? And next thing is Casparian strips. We have talked about Casparian strips. They are absent in monocot roots. So now let us see what are the difference between a monocot and a dicot root. I'll list out the differences. First one, monocot root, dicot root. What are the major differences? Here we have 4 vascular bundles. 4 vascular bundles. Here we have 6 vascular bundles. Here no cambium formation, no Casparian strips. Here cambium forms in later stages and Casparian strips are present. That's all. There is no other difference between dicot root and dicot stem. Same sequence, whether it is a monocot root or a dicot root, same sequence is present. That is, epidermis is present, lower layers are present, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem, phloem. With everything is normal, whether it is a dicot or monocot. These are the 3 differences that we find between monocot root and dicot root.